How's it going, NPC Nation? Welcome back to a brand new video. This video I'm gonna talk about what happened to Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and my thoughts on what happened to him. So if you don't know anything, or you don't keep up with world politics or anything like that, or just don't keep up with world news, Shinzo Abe was assassinated on July 8th, 2022, while doing a speech he was doing a speech during an election. I think he was running for some sort of office in Japan. It wasn't Prime Minister who stepped down as Prime Minister because of health related issues in 2020. He was one of their longest Prime Ministers ever. And he was fortunately assassinated due to, he was doing a speech and he was assassinated, and the assassin that took his life, that took Shinzo Abe's life, the reason he didn't like him is because he didn't like his political views and all that. Because Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. They have very strict gun laws, and his weapon was homemade. Shinzo Abe did not really hurt anybody. I felt like he didn't hurt a single soul. His political views were kind of wacky. Some of them were, but not all of them. One view that he had was trying to fix Japan's birth crisis that they're going through right now, infancy rate crisis, because people have stated by 2025 or 2050, one of the 2 years, I think it's 2025, that Japan's youngest age will be 65 years old. That's why they were very strict during the COVID lockdown, and very strict during all that stuff, because of their youngest age is going to be 65 by 2025, which is not that far away. So he was a very big prioriter of that. I don't know a lot about Japanese politics. I know they have a prime minister and an emperor, which people are stating that this might be their last emperor. The current emperor might be their last emperor, but he doesn't have really any power. It's more of the prime minister, and I think it's true. Most of their current prime ministers in his 60s or 70s. And a lot of these people are in their 60s. They're running for office because their youngest people will be 65. That's a statement. That's a proven fact that's going to happen. And he was a big priority of that, Shinzo Abe, trying to get Japanese people to have more children, so the Japanese infancy rate can go back up, and it doesn't, stay down. It doesn't. If it keeps going down, there basically will be no children left, and at this rate, like I said, people have proven, or not proven, but the facts are on the table that by 2025, the youngest will be 65 years old. Most of their population is going to be elderly population, and he was a big priority of that. And I know I said it before, but it sucks that we're seeing assassinations in 2022. It's disgusting. What happened to Shinzo Abe is disgusting. I'm going to say that right now. He was the longest prime minister in Japan's history, and I don't know a lot about, like I said, I don't know a lot about Japanese politics, but assassination is not one of them, because you don't like someone's political views. He tried to make he also stood for trying to make trade relations with the U.S. and China better for his country, like Japan and U.S. trade relations and China's trade relations and China's relations with Japan. He actually met the current president of China. He met him, and he met with former President Donald Trump when he was in office, when Shinzo Abe was in office as well. and trying to make everything better for the country. The dude was trying to just make Japan a very stronger country, and he got his life taken for it. And I don't know if he was running for office, but then a couple day later, his party won an election. I think he was just doing a speech for him. I really don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about world politics. I just know what happened to him is disgusting. And it should not happen at all. It shouldn't have happened at all in world history, but assassinations do happen. It's just 2022, really. He had security, but they tried. It's just hard to when your gun violence deaths in your country is in the single digits every year. That's nothing to alarm you about, but I just try to it's hard to picture what happened to Shinzo Abe. I've read up on him before. Like, I already knew that he was one of the longest Japanese prime ministers. I knew a lot about him. I knew he was a pioneer for Japanese infancy rate, and I've been doing a lot of research on that. But I don't know, I forget which year it's going to be. I think it is 2025, if I'm correct. I don't really know. If you're a Japanese, if you live in Japan and tell me when the youngest people in Japan is going to be 65, I think it's 2025, if I'm correct. There's people that know this more than I do. I just know that they have stated that fact that the youngest people in Japan will be 65-year-olds and under by a certain year. And it's just something that makes me sad. Assassinations over someone's political views. It's like, the dude served as your prime minister for years, and you did this to him now, and you should have never done it to him in the first place. And it was also for a religious thing. That's another thing that's messed up. Why would you do it because of religious views? It's like, everyone's going to have different religious views. I'm going to have different religious views than you, NPC Nation. It sucks. Disgusting. It is very disgusting. I wish I knew more about Japanese politics and how it works. I know they have a prime minister. Speaking of prime ministers, I'm going to make a separate video about Boris Johnson, but I just want to make a video about this. My condolences go out to Shinzo Abe's wife and kids, and he just wants you to have kids, man. That's all Shinzo Abe wanted, was to make Japan more populous by having more children, so their population don't decline to 65 and up. That being their youngest is 65, and their oldest being 100. So that's what I'm going to base it off of. But it's sad to see. R.I.P. Shinzo Abe. What happened to him? What happened to you, man? Disgusting. It sucks. You can't see your plans for the future. One of them being the getting infancy rate back up and making Japanese citizens have more babies, so the population don't completely wipe out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the share button, press the like button, press the red shiny subscribe button, press the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.